Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is May the 19th, 2019. Strong hand. Offended by selling. Be a unique beast. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Unconfiscatable. I'm not going anywhere. Personal responsibility is the new counterculture. No fancy sets or graphics here. You know it. Authentic conviction. All right. Check out Saturday's show, Beyond Bitcoin. I had a lot of fun. Friday's show, This Week in Bitcoin. Oh my God. It was legendary. Guy Swan, Stefan Livera, and Anders were on. Check it out at techbalt.com, TECHBALT. You can follow me there on Twitter also, sportsmeister.com and disruptmeister.com. It was a wild show. Thank you, everyone who watched and did the super chat. It was going wild. It's been a very popular show, getting a lot of great feedback. If you haven't watched it, go watch it now. Play it at 2x. You'll get through it real fast. Someone on Thursday apparently used my Coinbase affiliate link. Thank you very much, dude. I guess you got your first Bitcoin. Good for you, dude. Good job. There's all sorts of ways to support the show down below. You can get t-shirts like this freaking awesome strong hand t-shirt below. Oh yeah. So speaking of Coinbase, Coinbase is in advanced talks to buy custody provider Zappo for $50 million plus an earnout in order to boost its custody business, sources tell The Block. That is linked to below. And I'm going to read you some very important parts of that article. Coinbase has been locked in a neck-and-neck race with Fidelity Digital Assets for the prized asset for the past few weeks. Zappo is said to have nearly $5.5 billion in assets, or 700,000 Bitcoin under custody. Whoa. Okay. This custodial business, it is big. This is some big stuff here. If Fidelity wants it, Coinbase wants it. Hey, there are a lot of people out there that don't want to control their own private keys. Unbelievable. And these corporations are going to make so much money off of you dudes. Hey, and they're willing to pay a lot of money to get into that business. What does that say about Bitcoin? What does that say about the future? So you worry about yourself. Get your Trezor. Let all these corporations fight over custodial companies that they want to buy out or whatever the heck mumbo jumbo they want to create out of Bitcoin. Hey, personal responsibility is a new counterculture. They can do what they want to do. This is where the big boys play. You worry about yourself. You control your private key, so you don't have to be playing around with custodial services and keeping your Bitcoin in Coinbase. Oh my God, I want to vomit when thinking about that. And yeah, the dude who used my affiliate code to get some Bitcoin at Coinbase, get your Bitcoin off of Coinbase. I only like Coinbase because I think it's easy for Americans to buy Bitcoin there. It is. But then you got to learn how to control your own private key, dude. And you don't keep it there. So that is a big story that Zappo is worth so much money. I mean, it's the future. Bitcoin is the future. We are at the beginning of such an exciting time. Even 60 Minutes did a story on it today, and we'll talk about that. Pound that like button. All right, Colonel Swan Jr. said he gave me $10 in the super chat, dude. Colonel Swan Jr., you've been sending me a lot of money through the super chat. I really you should stop, man. You should. I thank you. You're just a great contributor. He says analogy. I don't want to take all your money, dude. An analogy. Gold is like vinyl records. Bitcoin is like digital streaming. Dude, you are so right. And I am going to rip on gold later in this video because I have become full drop gold. I am full into that campaign. I don't know why anybody owns gold. I don't know anymore. Why? What's the point anymore? Robert Hardebeck sent me $10. He didn't say anything. Robert, you've been sending me a lot also, dude. You don't have to do all that. Thank you guys, both of you guys, for the $10. I really, really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. And again, buy some Bitcoin with that. But I like how you show the love. Others take up the slack. When they stop sending me $10, you do it instead. Or no one send me anything. I don't care. Be a freeloader. Stefan Molyneux says, don't be a freeloader. I encourage everyone to be a freeloader because I know it comes back to me anyway. I benefit in the long run, no matter what with these shows. I learn from the shows, and it just, if you're positive, there'll be positive outcomes in your life. And just by Bitcoin, I saw you had a question. I'll get to that in a second. I got to move on real quick because I do want to talk about this gold. The debate, the big debate. Tone Vase is hosting the debate tomorrow. I link it to below. It's between Peter Schiff and what's his face, Safadine. So, I'm not a big fan of debates, obviously. A lot of people are going to love it because they're going to live vicariously through these guys. And you shouldn't be living vicariously through these guys. You should be getting your Bitcoin. That's how you should be winning the debate, okay? Now, it's an interesting sign here because Schiff, it's this is going to help golden holders wake up a little bit, I think. I think Schiff is worried. Peter Schiff is worried. If he's willing to do this debate, he knows that his clientele are golden holders, okay? And at this point, they don't want to miss out on Bitcoin for a third time. They're seeing Bitcoin go up again. He's probably been getting a lot of calls from his clients saying, dude, we've known about this Bitcoin thing for a while. We are out. We are dropping your services. So he's going to talk about it, and he actually will probably, quote unquote, win the debate. Now, let me explain why. Because he has all the conviction in the world for gold, okay? So he isn't going to give an inch. He isn't going to say a good thing about Bitcoin at all. Safadine will say, Bitcoin is the greatest thing, blah, blah, blah. He'll give all these great reasons. And at the same time, he'll also say, well, gold was a store of value and gold is pretty good. And that'll be it. And Schiff will probably pounce upon that and say, it's all about emotional manipulation anyway. Again, it doesn't matter who wins the debate. If the 80%ers will say Schiff won the debate, probably. I don't care. I really don't care because in the long, it will work. This is going to wake some golden holders up though. Some guys are going to be like, wait a second, I am not missing out for a third time on Bitcoin. It went to 1,100 and Peter said it was a fad. It went to 20,000 and Peter said it was a fad. And now all of a sudden it's going up to 8,000. That's what's going through their heads right now. And so some will stick with Peter after this. And because Peter is definitely, Schiff is feeling it. If he is willing to do this, if he's there's something going on here. And I got to tell you, man, Bitcoin hasn't died. Everything this dude dreamed that gold would be, Bitcoin has become. So this is looking, every day that passes, it looks worse and worse for Peter Schiff. And you got to give him credit. He's being proactive. He's going to hype up gold as much as he can. And he will convince a few people to stay his client. Some of his clients will like this. They'll be like, well, he did a good debate. I'm going to stick with him now. Now, again, his clients are not normies, though. Okay, they are not normies. So Peter Schiff is on the front lines of this so-called battle, should we say, okay? There are more people that are Peter Schiff clients are more likely to buy Bitcoin than your average American, okay? Because they already know about what money is supposed to be, and they've already been waiting for gold to do X, Y, and Z for like the last 30 years. So, most Americans, they're just happy with the welfare dollar. Peter Schiff's clients, they are not normies. They are not normies. They are not happy with the current situation. So this is a big battle for Peter Schiff. This is why he is willing to get to now. The pressure is on Schiff at this point. I think that's what you can gain from why this. You can come to the conclusion from this debate that Peter Schiff is definitely under pressure from his clients, and he sees the writing on the wall. He sees the writing on the wall. He definitely is on the and so right now Peter Schiff is on the front lines. He will start to lose all of his clients eventually, and they will all easily buy Bitcoin. They will realize, why is this guy managing my stocks? Why is this guy managing my gold? Why am I buying gold from this guy? Why don't I just be my own bank and get into this better version of gold that is easy to send and store. Yes, so I mentioned that. All right, so I also wrote a couple of things down here. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, so drop gold, so yeah, it's a great sign. It's a bullish sign that Peter Schiff is willing to do this at this point. So the drop gold campaign, I loved it. It was by Barry Silbert, his GBTC group. And it's funny, on May the 1st is when that video dropped, okay? And Bitcoin was worth $5,300 that day. Hey, it's probably just a coincidence. But I say that was a great campaign, Barry Silbert. You did your part. You did your part for the fiat freaks out there, boosting the fiat price. It has gone up quite a bit since the day the drop gold campaign started. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I am hardcore drop gold now. I don't care what Peter Schiff has to say. I mean, it's silly at this point what Peter Schiff has to say about what he says about Bitcoin, at least. I would encourage everyone to drop gold, just like as Barry Silbert is saying, buy his GBTC fund. And unfortunately, that is a natural next step for Peter Schiff clients, for example. They're used to Peter Schiff managing everything for them. They'd probably be happy for Barry Silbert to manage everything for them, those type of golden holders. But again, I say drop your gold, get a Trezor, get some Bitcoin, and maybe use the Coinbase affiliate link below if you want to buy from. I don't, wherever you get your Bitcoin from is your business golden holder. And I hope some of you golden holders will be converted tomorrow. It should be an interesting tone-based show. Yeah, that might be. It's funny, in a tweet recently, Tone said, he sold some of his Bitcoin. I can't believe it, man. It's just, anyone can do what they want to do. Andy sells his Bitcoin. Tone sells everybody sells their Bitcoin. You know who doesn't sell their Bitcoin? Pound that Meister like button. Bam! Strong hand. Deferral of gratification. I mean, Tone started, eating his own dog food or whatever. I guess he got too much into these charts and stuff that he talks about all the time. Dude, it was great when you were just doing the charts and everything, and then you start selling your Bitcoin based on the charts. You know, long term it's going to be worth more. Why play games, Tone Base? I don't know. I just saw a tweet of his where he said he sold it. So who knows what happened? I don't. It'll be a good show tomorrow, I guess. And I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. Do I really need to watch Peter Schiff versus? Again, I'm not living vicariously through those dudes. I know who's right. Peter Schiff is wrong. So why do I really have to watch it? Again, I'm not into all the drama and stuff, but it's good. Maybe you'll learn some things. It's some entertainment. What else do we have? Oh, Tour de Meester talking about gold here, and another reason why gold is just a thing of the past. The LMBA announced that gold and silver trading data will only be available on a subscription basis at $18,000 a year. What a joke. And someone said that. And then the Tour de Meester responded, this is not possible in Bitcoin. Movements of coins for wholesale transaction settlement purposes will always be visible on the blockchain. Free and open for all. And he says LMBMA is the largest platform for wholesale physical gold transaction settlements. So apparently it's going to be a little bit harder or a lot more costly to know what's going on in gold and silver now. And that in Bitcoin, you can't hide that. You can't hide transactions. That is the glory of this stuff. Another thing about gold that I was thinking about, holding gold, you get no interest on gold. It just sits there. Bitcoin, you get your crypto dividends, baby. You get your freaking crypto dividends. That is such a little known fact about Bitcoin. You got this glorious Bcash one. These people were trying to pretend to be the next Bitcoin, and you got their free coin. And you could have gotten 20%, 10%, 30% on your money. That's interest for holding Bitcoin. Crypto dividends, baby. MWC coin is coming out soon. Someone had a question about that. MWC.MW, the Mimble coin. You sign up for that airdrop, that's interest on your Bitcoin. You don't get that with gold. Now, maybe I do some gold holding organization. Do some vaults pay pay you to hold gold? No, you have to pay the vault to hold your gold. So that's anti-interest. That's losing money. And again, they're going to be Bitcoin banks that pay interest. Don't do it, dudes. But hey, again, there's no interest on gold. There is definitely interest on Bitcoin. You can do it safely by controlling your own private key, getting your crypto dividend, or you can, play with these ridiculous custodial services like some golden holders will, like some traditional investors will. Again, a lot of people don't like gold. They got into stocks. They got into treasuries because they get interest. Again, Bitcoin is better than all those things, bar none. All right. Now let's move to the question here. Just by Bitcoin said, Bitcoin Meister, do you really think it's worth consolidating addresses and claiming NWC? I don't see it being valuable. Have they decided on the final distribution in terms of BTC holdings? Those are two different questions. I'm going to separate that into two different questions. Do you really think it's worth consolidating addresses? No. And claiming MWC? Heck yeah, I think it's worth claiming NWC. You don't have to consolidate your addresses though. Just if you have many addresses on your Trezor, go through every single one and sign on every. You don't have to combine them all into one. Just sign. So no, I don't think it's worth consolidating addresses, but it's darn worth it to sign up for a free airdrop, get this MWC coin and sell it for Bitcoin and get your interest. So I do see it being valuable, even if it's $5 a piece. Now, you say, have they decided on the final distribution in terms of BTC holdings? No, they haven't. They will not do that until they know how many people signed up for it. And that you will not know that until July 19th. So the fewer people who sign up for it, the more MWC you will get per Bitcoin. But there'll probably be a rush at the end for people to sign up. I haven't signed it up yet. I haven't signed because I have all the time in the world. Again, I'm waiting till the end just in case if I do move some around and everything, I don't want to miss out on any of it. Okay, so again, so if each person, if not that many people sign up for it, and then each Bitcoin gets you 1,000 MWC or something like that. And then MWC ends up being $5. It's worth $5,000 per Bitcoin. You see where this is going. So no, they won't know the distribution until they know how many Bitcoin addresses have signed up for it. And again, the more the sign up, the less MWC you will get. But still, free is free. All right. So it is definitely worth doing the MWC thing. I am doing it. I am signing up for it. I am getting my crypto dividend. Okay, let's see what other questions we have here. Robert Gross had a question. I just want to make sure I didn't skip it. Okay, Robert Gross will be next in a second, Robert. I gotta move on with the scheduled program here. So we talked that gold has someone, I forgot who said this in the comment section, an 80%er who bought altcoins in 2017 peak still today did not know you could send crypto to addresses. Imagine being that clueless. No, I can imagine it. There are 80%ers who bought all sorts of altcoins and just kept them on exchanges, still have them on the exchanges, and are just waiting for them to go back up in value again so they can get their dollars back or whatever. So yeah, they have no idea that you can send them. They don't know how to send them. Again, that's why I say, if you're going to buy altcoins, know how to send the Bitcoin first, and definitely, have at least you've sent a Bitcoin, then send a Litecoin at least, and then you can get into altcoins, okay? But if you can't send a Bitcoin, if you don't know the basics behind it, then you shouldn't be buying altcoins. And then the first one to dabble in is definitely Litecoin, because it's very similar to Bitcoin. But again, that's no recommendation. You at the very least know how to send a Bitcoin before you buy an altcoin. But most altcoin buyers have no idea how to send a Bitcoin, or lots of them. I shouldn't say most. So yeah, that doesn't shock me, that quote, at all. I got an email. This is very funny. I'm not going to name the organization that sent me this email. It's a company. I don't know what they even deal with. Altcoins. I have no idea. This is a real email I got from them. Thank you for visiting us at Consensus. We would like to thank all of you who were able to visit our co-branded booth with, I'm not going to say, at Consensus earlier this week. Wow, you spammer. You're saying I went to your booth at Consensus when I was in Los Angeles. No, dude, I was not in. I hadn't been in New York for a very, very long time. When was I don't know? When was the last time I was in New York? And you're saying I was at the airport, I guess, recently. But no, I was not in. These companies, they do anything. It's unbelievable. They send you an email saying thanks for visiting our booth when you weren't even in the state of New York. It's insane. Insane with these companies, what lengths they'll go to. Again, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. That's my answer. Okay, don't play with these centralized companies and whatnot. Here is a tweet. What is this? People think they'll start. This is from G. This is great. People think they'll start saving once they're earning a higher salary. But if you haven't put the reps in when you're not earning as much, you won't know how to act. Great point, dude. I'll save when I'm rich. Dude, start saving now, okay? Start saving when you're not rich. Get into the practice. Build up some savings, because if you don't start now, you're never going to be rich, dude. Pound that like button. We're going to get to 60 minutes in a second. Now the question from Robert Gross. What's it say? Aegis? No, it's hard. TGIS isn't his first high-profile debate. Oh, this isn't his first high-profile debate. Yeah, Voorhees and Molyneux were first. I was a silver guy when I heard him debate Molyneux. I was on the fence, but got Bitcoin as insurance. Well, the Molyneux one was long ago. That doesn't count. That's so long ago. But the Voorhees was recent. You're right. But this will be bigger. This is bigger because Voorhees is questionable anyway. But Voorhees will like 2x for Voorhees is in the altcoins and whatnot. And yeah, whatever. Voorhees has gone back and forth. I'm not going to even discuss Voorhees. But this is Safedine is hardcore for Bitcoin. This is going to get a lot of attention. I think Max Kaiser has been retweeting this out. Not that I'm a fan of Max Kaiser, but this is big. Robert, this has been getting a lot of hype. That one didn't get a lot. This is getting a lot of hype. And again, if he's willing to do this now, he knows this is going to get a lot of hype and get a lot of attention. It is clear. It is logical that his clients who are not normies do not want to miss out a third time on this. And they are now telling him that and sometimes I've heard Peter Schiff even say that clients of his have dropped him because they're impatient or whatever he says. Well, there comes a point when you see Bitcoin go up 2 separate times, go through these booms. Now it appears there's going to be a third time, and they're all timed around this thing called a halving. They're seeing this happen. How can they keep their money with him anymore? How can they stay on this loser train? It isn't the gold bug's dream is not happening with gold. It's happening with Bitcoin. And again, they've had 2 chances to get into Bitcoin. Now's the third chance, okay? We shall see what the golden holders do. And so this will help him. This will help Schiff a little bit temporarily, and he will never give in. He has hardcore conviction. It's his business, whatever. He will never give in. Don't expect him to be convinced or anything like this. Adam, how many Bitcoins do you hold? A lot. Watch all my old videos. I've been talking about this since 2013. I practice what I freaking preach, dude, okay? I've been telling people to buy it. You better darn believe it. I was buying a darn lot of it in 2016. It's been discussed numerous times. Look what I do. I make new videos every day. I get up when I want to. I do whatever the heck I want to. I do it pretty well with the Bitcoin. And I do not sell any of the Bitcoin. So again, I only spend my fiat. I'm offended by selling, but I know about savings. That's why I preach savings. That's why I talked about that G tweet. I'm always preaching savings on here because you're never going to get anywhere if you don't save. Okay. And I saved money, and I was like, dudes, buy 10 Bitcoin for $4,000. You can watch the video at the end of 2015 that I made. I did that. Yeah, I definitely did that a few times. And I had $4,000 around because I was saving. I didn't spend on ridiculous cars and big screen TVs and whatever. And people will say, well, Meister, you were just lucky. No. I saved. I practiced what I preached, and I repeated, rinse and repeat. And the no coiners, they're going to say what they're going to say, and the shifts are going to say what they're going to say. And no, I knew not to buy gold and whatever. I understood. And people, you still have that chance. You still have the chance to do very well with this stuff. You just got to be a long term. You just have to defer gratification. You're not going to get instantly rich tomorrow. No one's going to get instantly rich tomorrow. I didn't get when I made those videos in 2015 and 2016, did I get instantly wealthy? No, not at all. It took time. It took some time. All right. So Roman Q says, hold until there is no state to enforce a taxable event and keep holding. Yeah, exactly. Roman Q, that is a great philosophy. That is a great technique. Eventually, there might not be right now, all you super genius traders out there that are paying short-term capital gains taxes. That doesn't, and then the ones that aren't and getting calls from the IRS, that's not too fun. But eventually, it might be a completely different tax regime. That's it might not be a taxable event in the future. I can't predict the future. I do know in the United States of America, if you buy it and you hold it, they don't tax you on it. Again, if you're just holding it like I am, you don't get taxed because it's not income. So, when I say I'm wealthy, I guess in fiat terms, in paper, I'm wealthy. I haven't converted it into the disgusting United States dollar yet. No. So you can't say that I have X amount of dollars. I have X amount of Bitcoin because I value my wealth in Bitcoin. That's what it's all about, baby. You can say, I'm Bitcoin rich, I guess. That's a good way of saying it. So here is a email I got from my mother earlier today. Grandma watched 60 Minutes tonight and somehow thought Bitcoin was not seen in a good light by 60 Minutes. I'm watching it now. I'm like, what the heck? First of all, good point here. If it was not for my 96-year-old grandmother calling my mother worried about the show she just watched, I would not know about this as early as I did. I did eventually read it on Matt Odell, said something about it. But again, so this is the target audience of 60 Minutes, okay? This is who watches 60 Minutes. They have drug advertisements. That's all they have on 60 Minutes, I think. So they're targeting, 96-year-old women who they don't understand technology, and that's who watch it, who worry about this kind of thing, and then maybe their daughters also, who are also grandmothers. Those are the type of people who watch 60 Minutes. Okay, so not an exciting group of people, I mean, my grandma's, she's pretty cool. She drives a car around and stuff. I'm sure that's pretty exciting when she's driving her car around. But yeah, so then I'm like, well, I gotta watch this. So I watch it. I link to it below. All right. So basically, they talk about Charlie Shrem, they talk about Winklevoss, they talk about buying pizza for so much Bitcoin back in the day. They have a Fed governor woman trying to scare everyone. And then the host, the white hair guy, whatever his name is, he likes men. He says, there was one, the funniest part was when he said, Anderson Cooper, he said, in 20 years, are people going to laugh at this show and thinking how stupid we were? And yeah, they will. They will. So again, they weren't ripping on Bitcoin or anything. It was really basic stuff. I mean, why did they got to talk about Charlie Shrem? I mean, they were talking about things from 2013 and before. They're behind the times. And again, it's something that your 96-year-old grandma will get scared about. And yeah, there was a negative tone too. I mean, my grandma got a little scared by, because they're associating it with a criminal and this and that. And the Fed lady said it's not regulated. Oh my God. So again, that Fed woman, totally anti-personal responsibility, is the new counterculture. That Fed woman is part of popular culture. That, we need to take care of you. We need to take, so that was on there. It was good to, it was good to see it with the Fed woman had to think about it. Anti-personal responsibility. Dude, look at that Fed lady and say you want to be on her team. And no, you won't. No, most logical people will be like, wait a second, I want to be on the Bitcoin. I want personal responsibility. I want to take care of my own money. She tries to scare people. With the Federal Reserve, you get FDIC insurance, all this, that, and the other. So yeah, it's, what, people are going to find out about it. Not just my grandma. My grandma already knew about it because of me. But and my father used to like to watch 60 Minutes. My dad would always watch 60 Minutes. He would fall asleep a lot when he was watching it. But he for years, my dad would watch it. So I used to watch 60 Minutes when I was younger and stuff. With my dad sometimes, but so I'm sure my father would have enjoyed the show thoroughly today. Yeah, I mean, my dad was 72 years old, so 72-year-old men are watching the show. Are 72-year-old men all of a sudden going to go buy Bitcoin because of this? No, but maybe some of the 50-year-old guys are going to become interested. It was all right. It was all right. So yeah, thanks 60 Minutes for giving Bitcoin some free publicity, I guess. You scared my 96-year-old grandmother. And again, some drug companies sold some more drugs. And again, my 96-year-old grandmother actually, I talk about drugs being bad, prescription drugs being bad. Once you get to that age, they're good. I mean, they definitely, help. But some of you dudes, that are in your 60s that are watching that, you really shouldn't be on all those drugs. You don't need them. You don't need them. It does come a certain point. My grandma had her thyroid out, so she needs drugs to stay alive and stuff. But anyway, enough about the people who advertise on 60 Minutes. Again, that is the popular culture. We're in the counterculture, okay? We don't get our news from 60 Minutes here. All right. So here is a tweet that for all you personal responsibility is new counterculture who don't want to deal with the Fed. Speaking of the Fed, instead of centrally controlled inflation, I prefer free market deflation. Pound that like button. All right, we got more here. Hang on. Let me see if there are more questions. Don't want to be skipping anything. All right. There's a guy in the chat. He always talks about the lottery and playing the lottery. What an 80%er. I have no idea why that guy comes here. This is the lottery is the ultimate 80%er thing. It's the ultimate thing. You go to the liquor store, you buy your liquor and you play the lottery. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin. 80%ers are going to do what 80%ers are going to do. It's unbelievable. Some of these people. Oh, I've got the lucky numbers. I've calculated these numbers are going to. No, you might as well just buy a Colt 45. At least you're getting something instead of a ticket. Instead of getting a little piece of paper, you're getting a Colt 40. Buy it again. If you're at the liquor store, you're better off buying a Colt 45 than doing I've got a psychic machine that says that the number 45 is going to come up in the state of Maryland. No, just buy a Colt 45 instead of whatever magical web bot or whatever. Pound that like button. But again, instead of buying the Colt 45, you really should get Bitcoin. That's the real lesson. But again, if you're just not into Bitcoin and you're either going to buy the lottery ticket or Colt 45 is definitely better. You're going to get a buzz from that definitely. And again, there's two different types of poison. What do we have here? Instead, okay, so if this is from an Argentine, this is good. If an Argentinian, well, the correct word is Argentine. If an Argentine had bought Bitcoin at the highest point of the biggest bubble in history in 2017, he would have been better off than leaving his money in his Argentinian bank account. So tell me again how Bitcoin is a horrible store of value. So here, if you're living in a country that's inflationary, like Argentina, already, even if you bought it when Bitcoin was at its high, at the biggest bubble point in terms of dollars, when it was worth over $19,000, for an Argentine, you would be ahead. You would be ahead in your pesos. Instead, if you would have kept it in pesos, you would be better off at buying Bitcoin at its highest point. All right. So that is, again, it shows you, for all you Westerners who don't understand this inflationary stuff, already it is a store of value for people. But people may, it's not a store of value if you bought it for $19,000. And again, yeah, for impatient people, it sure isn't. You're right. For impatient Americans who value their wealth in dollars, who bought it at $19,600 or whatever it was, no, they're not ahead in terms of dollars. But again, 2020 halving, learn what that freaking is. Benjamin MGTOW sent $5. He said, hey, the web bot is real. Hey, that is a funny joke. Benjamin, thank you very much for that. I guess there's a concept called the web bot, but I seriously doubt it's real. And if it is real, you shouldn't be listening to it. My God. But again, once Mr. Webbot starts getting lucky with his predictions again, all these 80%ers are going to be emailing me again saying, oh my God, Webbot, why aren't you talking about Webbot? Again, it's just total luck. It's gambling. And again, if you want to be an 80%er and gamble, get a Colt 45, and it works every time. Billy D. Williams. All right. Now, no, I'm not going to do that one. Oh, I should have said this at the beginning me a show. Remember, on Thursday, I will be in Long Beach. I linked to that below. Check that out. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you Southern California dudes, 7 p.m. on Thursday. Gaston, thank you for setting that up. Dude, follow him on Twitter. I linked to his tweet where he has a video about the event. And this, I learned, want to support your favorite Bitcoin podcast using Bitcoin micropayments while also exploring the Lightning Network? You can have all of that and more at lncast.com. So yeah, if I actually had a Lightning node, I would sign up for this, and you guys could support me with the Lightning Network. But there are other podcasts that are going to sign up for this. I think this is a good idea. You can send less than a penny to your favorite podcast every day through this site, lncast.com, if they sign up for it also. So very interesting stuff. I guess on This Week in Bitcoin, a guy named Charlton, who's often in the chat, he had a question that I didn't see. He said, does the panel think that Bitcoin will ever ossify like Dogecoin has? I say, yeah, the base layer will, other than if quantum computing comes around, though, it will change. It will change. But very, very soon, the base layer will be ossified in the same sense that Dogecoin will be in. But there'll be so many developers building different types of second layer, third layer, fourth layer solutions. So yeah, ossification is a good thing. Ossification is a good. There's all these people who say, "Well, I can change my coin so easily. My coin is awesome because it's so fast, and we can change that. It can adapt." Blah 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 blah. Nah, it's not good. All right, there's some other things I'm going to save for Monday's show. The biggest supply shock in the history of financial markets, Bitcoin. I love that Chris Gilliard. Tweet. Wait, should I talk about the Dash thing? All right, someone else sent a very lovely comment. Really loved your content, Adam. You're the only old school crypto YouTuber who didn't contaminate their content with garbage and sell out. Well, thank you. Yeah, I definitely stuck with I got the Bitcoin conviction. There are other people. Vortex hasn't. I mean, he's only talks about Bitcoin, and Thomas Hunt. I think he only talks about Bitcoin, right? I mean, he doesn't talk about. They don't talk about trading or anything like that. And again, there's different forms of garbage. Unfortunately, Tone has dealt with some garbage traders and stuff, but Tone only believes in Bitcoin. But there's garbage aspects to the show. With the and we're going to get into that in a second. You can do what you want to do if you want to have, if you value your wealth in women or whatever. That's your business, okay? I think it's kind of garbage is a nasty word for it, I guess, but. So yeah, there are a lot of thirsty guys in Bitcoin, okay, and in cryptocurrency. So if they see a woman with a show, they automatically just want to watch it just because they think looking at the woman, they have a chance of somehow getting the woman. I don't even know. They're so thirsty. They get pleasure from just looking at hot women. And some of the guys are young guys, and they still, you might maybe a 60-year-old guy, you can give him the benefit of the doubt. He likes to watch the show. Again, thirsty men do not get tricked by this stuff, okay? You see a hot woman, don't start doing what they tell you to do. But so many guys do that, and they just watch the shows because the hot woman's on the show. It's such a gimmick. It's so, and they'll say, well, she's so smart. She's so smart. Is that why you're watching it? You're watching it because she's so smart. Is that really? You thirsty man. That's why you're watching because she's so smart. I don't see you guys talking about, I'm not going to name, there are some really smart women out there, and I don't see you talking about them because they're not in their 20s anymore. These women, they're in their 40s or 50s, and they know a lot of they put on my show or whatever. But 40s they're in probably. But so speaking about thirsty guys and crypto noise, you can't blame Dash for what I'm about to tell you. Okay, Dash at one point hired Amanda Johnson, who is she's hot. She's a good-looking woman. She had a popular crypto show before she was on Dash. Okay. And she became a Dash representative. And I said, that's a great marketing move. It's a great marketing move. She had a popular show. Now she's going to represent your centralized coin, blah, blah, blah. And it worked out really well for them. All these guys, and it's mostly guys. It's mostly guys in the space. So they're like, hot brunette. I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to watch and whatever. And then there were some people that would rip on her because she was hot. But the point is, it's all marketing. It is all so she disappeared. I don't know what happened to Amanda Johnson. I don't know. Okay. But if you go to the link below, I think it just says Dash, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but they have hired another crypto girl who had her own show, who guys were salivating over. And hey, guess what? It's a good move on Dash's part. Sure, yeah, she told you she's a Dash troll, the Dash shill now, and talks about ridiculous, I mean, can you still watch her other show where she's not talking about that? I mean, whatever. So she works for Dash now, this person. She's blonde. I prefer brunettes. So whatever. And again, Dash is, they're not lying. They're not hiding anything. They're putting out a hot woman out there. So you watch the show and you listen and you drool and you buy their Dash. And it has worked before. It will work again. So, the funny thing is, if you are a woman in crypto right now, what an opportunity for you. Let me tell you what the opportunity is. All these salivating, thirsty guys are going to be watching that Dash channel, selling their precious Bitcoin. You women of crypto should be buying up every Bitcoin these ridiculous, salivating, thirsty guys are going to be losing. There's the opportunity for women out there. They're going to be all these dudes. Oh, she's so smart. She's so smart. Dash. She's so smart. She's so hot, smart, whatever. I'm getting rid of my Bitcoin. You ladies, pick up those Bitcoin. Again, there's the opportunity in all this right now. Don't say you weren't warned. Don't say you didn't have an opportunity to get Bitcoin for cheap. But there's all these thirsty guys selling their Bitcoin, doing what some hot woman is telling them to do. And you, as women out there, you won't be falling for that nonsense. You don't salivate over hot women. No, you're a woman. Well, I guess some do. But anyway, Josh Owen says, Bitcoin Meister, can we change it to 90%ers? I think 80% is too generous. Yeah, you probably are right, Josh. There's something to that. There's something to that. There's some 20%ers that just live in such a fantasy world where they want to fit in so much. They should be smart enough to know to do the right thing, but they don't do the right thing. They don't do the right thing at all. And Vention said simps. Yes, total simpage. But again, women, it's not, I don't think women should take advantage of simps, okay? Well, whatever, they're going to do it. If simps are that stupid, let them take advantage of it. But for the simps that are being taken advantage of and losing their precious Bitcoin, women pick up their precious Bitcoin. Take it, get it for the cheap, and laugh at them in a few years when they're like, oh, but the hot woman told me to buy Dash, or the hot woman told me to buy to put my money in an interest-bearing account that whatever I'm promoting. Okay. What else? And we got one last thing from Vention here. I want to read that, and we'll end the show. Quitting my mechanic job tomorrow. Adam, time to get into motion. All right, Vention, that is awesome. And all of us, Vention, all of us are wishing you so much luck, and we believe in it. And hey, man, this is great stuff. It is great stuff. And if you want to, we talked on yesterday's show, we talked about some health stuff for those of you that are interested in Vention's health journey that he's on. And of course, all of you know about Vention's crypto Bitcoin journey. He quit his job. It's freaking awesome, dude. And he's got some business to take care, some personal business to take care, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to end up great. All right. But he's a very positive person. Oh, and I'll leave with this tweet. This is from Must Stop Murad. Successful crypto trading boils down to correctly predicting how the whales will torture the normies next. I think that's funny. So yeah, there is no form of successful crypto trading, basically, is what he's saying. Yeah, the whales do all sorts of things, and it is torturous for the normies, and you cannot predict what's going to happen with the whales. And so why even worry about it? Why even worry about it? Don't trade. Just hold your Bitcoin. Don't be a gambler. Long-term thinking. Pound that like button. Don't be thirsty. And again, and I congratulate Dash, by the way. They're going to do great. It's a great marketing move by hiring someone that is already men are just so thirsty over to begin with because she's so smart. All right, I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister. And again, I prefer brunettes. I prefer Amanda. I thought Amanda was hotter. But again, that's my personal choice right there. My personal choice. I got, if this was the Saturday show, I would tell you my experience with redheads. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, pound that like button, bang that bell button. new show here every single day. I will say hi to you guys in the chat soon. Bye-bye.